because the shit that I've heard talked about regarding me, my character, my career, my work ethic, you wanted my attention. You got it.
That was
Roland, what makes what I said BS? I said the healthcare is going to go up anyway because of the big, beautiful bill, because that didn't include the extension of the tax credits to keep the cost down. That's fact-based. Okay, Mimi pointed out that some people were already receiving higher premiums since the beginning of the open enrollment period. People have been receiving notices of higher premiums. So where was the misinformation? Roland, you may not agree that Dems should concede and vote for the government to be reopened, but don't say it's misinformation. Okay, maybe I gave too short an explanation. Maybe I oversimplified it. Maybe I should be clearer for the audience, and I will right now. When the big, beautiful bill, or as Reverend Barber called it, the big, deadly bill, or as Jasmine Crockett called it, the big, ugly bill, when that bipartisan spending package Republicans forced through, when that was passed, Democrats failed to extend the ACA premium subsidies that were originally expanded under the American Rescue Plan and Inflation Reduction Act, okay?
Democrats, do me a favor. Do not listen to people like Charlamagne Tha God. Okay? So, Charlamagne was talking about this government shutdown, and he made a comment as relate to what Democrats should be doing. Y'all have that? Okay, play it.
You know what I don't understand, Mimi, and I don't know, maybe you can explain it to me. The health care is going to go up anyway because of the big, beautiful bill, because that didn't include the extension of the tax credits to keep the cost down. So if it's going up anyway, what's the point of Democrats taking the stand to keep the government still closed?
So you're absolutely right.
And the premiums are set for a year. So at this point, if the premiums have already gone up, if they set for a year, at least give the people some relief and get the government back open.
Do not listen to what the hell he just said. That to me is beyond idiotic, because this battle that we're seeing is not solely about healthcare. Rebecca, I don't know what the hell that was. That was just bullshit.
Look, what I heard was an exchange of two people who don't understand how this works. So what they're talking about are the health insurance premiums that are in the marketplace. The marketplaces are the state exchanges. The state exchanges is because of Obamacare, aka the Affordable Care Act. Here's the thing. Those premiums are effective January 1, 2026. You get about 60 days notice in most states. Some states put out their new expected premiums back in October, some kind of at the end of September. But this is giving notice of, hey, if you continue at the level of health insurance plan that you have, this is what you're going to start to pay effective January 1. And so the erroneous, I mean, this isn't just misinformation here. This starts to like this is intentional disinformation. And for the audience, disinformation is where you have bad, misleading information that's intentionally targeted to a certain demographic. The demographic here is black voters. The reason why is the black voters are the base of the Democratic Party. Right now, the Democrats are in lockstep saying that, no, we're not going to give you the votes that you need in order to get this government shutdown. You Republicans need to come to us and work out a deal. And so by trying to talk to black folks, so then black folks can then talk to Democratic members of the House.
So the Democrats now are scrambling because this deal that was made between the Democrats and Republicans to restart the government, it's like the Republicans gave up no concessions. And they're upset because they feel like Charlamagne is using his platform to spread misinformation and is going against the radical left. Now, I told you that there's a radical left. Anything that you say that's not in agreement with them, they're going to try to ruin your credibility. They're going to try to make it seem like you're an idiot. You shouldn't be speaking. Stick to talking about hip hop, and you're not intellectual enough to have this conversation. With us blacks, we got this conversation for the blacks. You shut up and just go back to doing whatever it is that you do. So that's basically all in a nutshell is what they're saying, and that's what they've been, and that's what these so-called elitists. Blacks been doing for a long time. So Charlamagne, he didn't like the way that they was talking about him, so he responded on his show. He said this.
But to say that I put out misinformation, that's just a fat, rotund Martin lie. Now,
I like that.
I just got a little bit more, just a little bit more. Just I'm with you. There is a reason Rotund Martin wants to paint the Breakfast Club, me in particular, as a person spreading misinformation. See, I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit, not too much because it really don't matter. I just want some of you to know people's motivation. Roland Martin is a hater. Okay, he be hating on me behind the scenes to anybody who will listen. He will say something negative about me, and it's always in regards to how I'm moving in this media space. In particular, anything in the political realm. It's always a, why does he get this? Why does he get that type of thing? Why is he on cable news? Why do politicians go sit with the Breakfast Club? Roland, I don't know. Okay, favor ain't fair, but he will do all that hating, but loves texting my phone asking to come on the Breakfast Club.
I was disappointed. I'm going to be perfectly honest. And I've never met Stephen A. We've never had a conversation a day in our lives.
I was disappointed simply because it was a black man. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like, in the work that I do, I anticipate that there's tons of racists or just tons of people that are on the other side from me that will be critical and not focus on the substance of what it is that I'm doing, not focus on the legislation, not focus on the money that I bring in, not focus on the programs that I run out of my district, not focus on how I am very much in tune with keeping my district informed of what's going on in the government, like the meat and potatoes. Like, I get that they will ignore all that stuff. But in a time in which Black women specifically are under attack, and we all know what Malcolm X said about the Black woman, I just felt a way that there was a Black man who decided not to do any research and decided to more so comment on my stylistic approach, which I'm good with people disagreeing or whatever, but to use your platform in order to not only come for me, but consistently kind of have a track record of coming for Black women, I was just very disappointed in him. Like, that was just really disappointing from like a cultural standpoint. As it relates to his apology, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell you that like I haven't paid attention whatsoever. I do feel like whatever took place was more so in response to the backlash. And so, you know, it's kind of like, all right, so if you hadn't gotten smoke, like, would you have done it? And I just got to say that I appreciate and love the people, because people that follow me pay attention and they know the things that I'm doing. They understand why I am pushing back on Trump. They understand that Trump is the big threat, not how I talk, but what he's doing, the things that are literally taking people's food out of their mouths, taking their jobs away from them, taking access to education away from them, taking access to capital, whether it's to buy a home or to start your business. Like, they understand that I'm not really the threat as a sitting House member. He is. And so I appreciate that people like spoke out, and I didn't really need to say anything.
You know, I will say this. I'm glad, in a way, much to the chagrin of Solange and Sumatra and others, I'm perfectly happy to address this subject again. Ain't nobody hiding. Matter of fact, y'all done started something. I'm gonna make it a point to do shows like this every Monday and Friday just to see who I want to check. Because I'm really, I'm at my wit's end.
Go on, well, you know what, hey, we'll just go ahead and pack it in. No, you try to get as much as you can.
Well, absolutely. And this is why Wendy Williams' sidekick should not be trusted with political information. I've long had a beef with Charlamagne, so let's just stop there.
Damn. I don't know why people think calling me Wendy Williams' sidekick is a diss. Thank God I got that opportunity 20 years ago. That's one of the reasons I'm here now. But please tell the good Dr. Carter that I don't shine shoes anymore. And how she got beef for me? I never met you. Don't know you, but God bless you, sincerely. But in that exchange, Roland said they understand that there are people not getting their benefits. They understand there are federal workers not getting their paychecks. You know why Roland Martin can say that so nonchalantly? Because he's not potentially facing eviction because he hasn't paid his rent for the month. He doesn't need any money this month to pay for his child care. And SNAP benefits, food. Does Roland Martin, Labubu built ass, look like he's missing any meals? Huh? Damn. I'm with Senator Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada. Okay, she's a Democrat. She said before the shutdown happened, we need a bipartisan solution to address this impending healthcare crisis, but we should not be swapping the pain of one group of Americans for another. That's my mindset. And maybe your mindset would be different if you actually spoke to some of these federal workers facing eviction, or if you spoke to some of these people who rely on food benefits. Also, Dems, if you was going to do a shutdown, why not have something in place for the federal workers who are going to need money, or the folks who are losing SNAP benefits? Hell, what's that guy's name? Timothy Mellon, he donated $130 million to help pay the U.S. military personnel. Where are the Democratic donors who are willing to do that for federal workers? are people with no SNAP benefits. All you lobbyists who be giving to these Democratic campaigns, now is your time to shine for the people, baby. All the pharmaceutical lobbyists, pro-Israel lobbyists, the lobbyists that represent real estate interests. If you want Democrats to keep making this stand in regards to healthcare, dig deep into your pockets and find some relief for the constituents of these people being impacted by the government shutdown. Once again, we can have an ideological discussion about the government shutdown. We can agree to disagree on that. But to say that I put out misinformation, that's just a fat, rotund Martin lie.
I'm not going to let y'all get away with that, with this stuff about men and black men with black women. First of all, to the brothers out there, can we ask a question? Can we disagree with a sister from time to time? We damn sure do it privately. What, we're forbidden to do it on camera? What's up, fellas? You gonna leave me standing here, sitting here, and don't say anything? We can't disagree? Without being accused of disrespect or misogyny? For asking a question? Again, I apologize for the unintended effect, and I meant it. I don't want that to get lost. But what I'm saying is, why are we having this problem? You're trying to make this about the black man and the black woman. Stop. My record speaks for itself. Google me. We ain't going for that. You think I don't know what the hell this is? I ask a simple question. Sit down for this one. If it were Candace Owens instead of Jasmine Crockett or somebody else, what would you have said? If it was the black woman who ran for governor of Virginia and just lost to the woman Spanberger in Virginia, Earl Sears, I believe is her name, Winsome Earl Sears. If I was talking about her, would y'all have said anything? If I was talking about somebody like Sage Steele, our former colleague at ESPN, who's now in a podcast space and doing her thing, would you have said anything? Trying to make this about gender and race. No, this is about politics, ideology. You expect me, as a black man, to stand firm supporting the Democratic Party. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. If I said the same thing about those conservative black women, y'all would not have said a word. So if it's about politics, say so. See, that's where the left gets slick. And this is somebody, you can't say anything to me because I vote for you anyway, because I'm looking at a policy by policy, and I understand the attention that needs to be brought to the desolate and the disenfranchised, to the poorest amongst us, and for us to do what we can to uplift them. That's how I live my life, trying to do it. And even though the Republicans might have some policies and their thought process might be free market capitalism, free land of opportunity, do that, whereas the Democrats might have given blacks more access to capital through some policies and what have you, the bottom line is, on far too many occasions, it's come across like they care more about that than the other side might. Whatever you may think, the fact of the matter is, this is about politics and ideology, and about the left trying to muscle and flex us into doing and thinking and spreading and disseminating what you want me to do. Bump that. I apologize. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. I do what I want to do. I think for me.
She said it was you. She said Charlamagne was on the list. And she said, and then when Comedy Central launched his show, she said they're using my research.
Well, Roland, who else was on the list? Okay, why do you have to let people know that out of all the other people who I'm sure was on the list, Charlamagne Tha God was on the list? Roland, I am not your competition, and I refuse to be responsible for how you feel about yourself. You accuse Breakfast Club of spreading misinformation because you are trying to discredit me and the platform I have helped to build, as if that's going to amplify what you're doing. You don't have to do that, brother. You already up. You are a 56-year-old seasoned political pundit. You have a lot of respect in the space of political commentary. You are a trusted source for a lot of people, Roland. Be secure in that and stop projecting your insecurities onto me. There's a lot of things I disagree with Roland on, and even with knowing he be sneak dissing, not once until today have I ever spoken on him in a public manner, and it's never been disparaging. Not even a fat joke. And I always thought Tariq Nasheed calling him Gerald Dessert was hilarious. But Roland out here lying, accusing us of spreading misinformation, that's an intentional attack to discredit us. What if I did an intentional attack to discredit you? What if I said, could someone out there make me an AI video? Okay, I want an AI video of the Stephanie Mills challenge, and I want Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries singing "I Never Knew Love Like This Before," and I want Roland Martin in the background of that video dancing for Democrats like he do. I'm talking boogieing for biscuits, and I want the caption to say, "We told Roland Martin he can cut in line at the all-you-can-eat bussy buffet if he agreed to be our backup dancer." What if I asked people to do that for me? That would be an intentional attack, but I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to ask you to do, sir, is don't tell no lie on me, and I won't speak truth about you. Please give Roland Martin the biggest hee-haw.
Out against Democrats. It's not because I'm trying you to lose. It's because I'm trying to help you win. I told you a year in advance when y'all pilloried me. Biden was not suited to run for re-election, and I was ignored for a year. I'm telling you now, the extreme progressive left and some of the policies they've pushed forth, where everything, and I mean everything, seems to be before black people, I'm like, yo, I don't know if that's gonna work for us. I don't know if that is going to work for us. I've said this. And I'm telling you right now, when I say something, it's because I want you to right the ship. I don't want one party rule. I don't want the Republicans to have the House, the Senate, and the White House. I want the House to get the Democrats to get the House or the Senate back, if not both. I don't want one party rule. I want them to have to work across the aisle for one another, for the sanity of the American people, instead of both sides demonizing one another and none of us are ever to come together. But y'all ain't thinking like that. And in the process of doing so, the emotional bullying is not something I'm going to stand for. I respect Jasmine Crockett. I respect Kamala Harris. I revere Michelle Obama. For Kerry to bring her up was utter nonsense. It was wrong. It was cruel. And that's going to stink for a while. I got 2 shows on Sirius XM. I got ESPN. And then I have this. I'm not backing up. I will never disrespect any woman, especially my black sisters, who I love and revered and have all my life because I was raised by 5 of them. I'm not going to defend myself all the damn time. But I'm going to have the freedom to do it when I want to. And nobody will stop me.
It seems like the 2 biggest figures in the Democrat Party are not even politicians. It's Stephen A. Smith and Charlamagne Tha God. Based on all the backlash and criticism that they're receiving from the Democrats, it goes to show you that these 2 men hold real political power in the Democrat Party, and some of the Democrats know it. In my opinion, even bigger than Jasmine Crockett, AOC, Hakeem Jeffries, and any other Democrat that you want to put out in front. I think these 2 men are the leaders of the Democrat Party. And I'm here for it. As always, tell me what you think about the video and subscribe to the channel. It's your man, Kris B. We out.